Hello, today I'm going to be talking about why we need to talk about substance abuse disorder. Did you know almost 21 million Americans have at least one disorder, but only 10% of them actually seek treatment? So we need to address substance abuse more widely because not many people know about it, and we need to normalize substance abuse so we could talk about it openly with other people. So, in this speech, I'm going to be talking about what substance abuse is, the effects of substance abuse, and why we need to talk about it. So, first of all, I'm going to tell you what substance abuse is. And if you don't know what substance abuse is, this is exactly why we need to talk about substance abuse. So, substance abuse is an excessive use of drug or alcohol, characterized intoxication, the ability to reduce consumption and impairment, and it's just like a coping mechanism in a way. But once you try a drug or alcohol, you get addicted to it most likely. So, in order to receive addiction, it's mostly coming from genetics, but it also can account for like where you grow up, like how your parents see alcoholism or drugs, if you're peer pressured into it, or like even if it's something you learn about at school and you want to try it. So, teenagers are more likely at risk for drug use and addiction than any other age group. Who takes part in drug abuse? So, there has been 741,000 adolescents who have taken part in electric drug use in 2017, and that is about 3% of the population. So, for adults, 5.1 million young adults from 18 years old to 25 have battled with a substance abuse, and that's about 14.8% of the population. So, that's about 1 in 7 people who have used substance abuse. So, in 2017, about 9.4 men used substance abuse, and 5.2% of women used substance abuse that were 12 years of older. So men are more likely to use drugs than women are, but women also can use drugs as well. So now I'm going to be talking about the effects of substance abuse. If you know anyone who drinks alcohol, is an alcoholic, or struggles with alcoholism, then you need to be informed about the effects of alcohol. And so one of the more serious effect of alcoholism would be cirrhosis, and that is when the alcohol eats away the liver and the liver doesn't function correctly, and this can cause death. It can cause a number of things, obviously. So my dad actually struggled with this, and he has died from alcoholism due to cirrhosis. And another effect of alcoholism and drinking would be you can get brain damage, you can have a stroke, you can have seizures, and you can also have mental confusion. So my grandpa actually had a stroke due to alcoholism as well. And we just need to talk about alcoholism so people know, like, if you're addicted to alcohol, you need to get help. And many people don't know this, or maybe you do know this, but alcohol is the cause of 5.3% of deaths in the United States. So for drug abuse, if you didn't know this, we spend about $741 billion annually for drug abuse. And that's in medical bills, crime-related, healthcare expenses, and when you lose your workplace and productivity, you get unemployment sometimes, so that causes also the great number. And drug overdose deaths have tripled more since 1990, and from 1999 to 2017, more than 700,000 Americans died from using drugs. Next, I will bring up why we need to speak about substance abuse. So in 2017, nearly about 20.7 million people ages 12 and older needed treatment for substance abuse disorder. But out of that whole population, only 4 million people received treatment. So that's about 19%. And there was a lot of relapse that happened, and that was between 40 and 60%. So although you must get your own treatment, it's not just dependent on you. You want to have support from other people as well. And we need to speak out more about substance abuse, because when we speak out about the abuse and alcoholism abuse, it helps others know that they're not alone and they don't have to hide it. They don't have to feel ashamed of their addiction or anything. So if we talk about it, we normalize it, people will want to come forward and seek treatment to get help. The shame deters people from seeking help. And if they're ashamed of what they have or what they're addicted to, then there's no way of stopping drug abuse or abuse disorder, anything. Like, it needs to come from all of us talking about it, bringing awareness to it, and addressing the issue. This is why I feel that substance abuse needs to be talked about more. Since substance abuse isn't greatly talked about, it needs to be brought into the daylight, and it needs to be addressed, like what is substance abuse and the effect it has on people. In this speech, I talked about what substance abuse is, the effects of substance abuse, and why we need to talk about it. If you know anyone who's in a substance abuse disorder, then there are people to help them out, talk to them, let them know that it's okay, and you'll be there for them. By doing this, you can possibly save somebody's life. Thank you.